Hey besties.
Hey.
Welcome back for another episode of the Hello Bestie podcast. I'm Maggie.
I'm Tashima.
All right, book tea time. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
So I'm just going to start very quickly. As everybody knows, I've been in my Freida McFadden bag.
Yes, you were locked in.
I was locked in. So I mentioned a book on our last episode about Dr. Jane McGill called The Devil Wears Scrubs.
Right.
I read the sequel to that, which is called The Devil You Know. Mm-hmm. It takes place several years later. Dr. Jane McGill is now working at the Veterans Administration. Sexy surgeon pops back up into her life. So, yeah.
Okay.
I won't say any more, but it's very good. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. And it's still very lighthearted, like the first one.
Still very lighthearted. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's medical, so there's going to be a couple little things here and there. Mm-hmm. So, but nothing too deep. And real quick before I get out of my Freida McFadden bag, just quick little mention. Outside of this, I did read another very quick book called The Dinner Party by Freida McFadden. I've never read a book like this before. It's a pick your own ending book where there's like 20 different ones. Ooh. Yeah. It was fun, but the thing was I listened to it on audio, and this is clearly a book that I should have been like a hardcover book.
Yeah.
It was a little hokey.
Okay.
I mean, I think the concept is great because I've never read a book like that before. Mm-hmm. But it was just like ridiculous scenarios, like A or B. Like, okay, realistically, I would never choose this one, but I guess we'll choose it for the sake of the book kind of thing. So that was an interesting read. I've never read anything like that before, and I'd like to find more things like that.
That's fun.
Yeah.
One of the books that I read is called One Little Mistake by Lucinda Berry. And I think you read one of her books.
This is a safe space.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I haven't read that one, but after I read this one, I was like, man, her name sounds so familiar. And then I remembered, like once I saw the cover of the book, I remember you mentioning it. But this is a book about a woman named Alexis who wakes up and she's basically in jail for a DUI. She has no recollection of what happened, where her kids are.
Wow, can you imagine?
No.
Nuts.
She's like, I have never done this before. I don't really know what the heck is going on. She calls her husband once she gets out, and he basically wants nothing to do with her. Her kids have been taken away, and she's like, I have no idea what's going on right now. And nobody really will answer any of her questions. And basically, it's a mystery, suspense, and she's just trying to figure out what happened, but then also like uncovering things. And yeah, it's a vibe.
Wow, so it sounds like it.
Yeah, so it's a good book.
I have to check that out. I like the first one, so that sounds really, really good. You know, your girl has a milestone birthday coming up very soon. And I haven't done the whole self-help thing in a minute. So I was like, let me find something that's along those lines. So I found this book by Nora Ephron. She's the one who brought us When Harry Met Sally.
Okay. I was like, man, that name sounds really familiar.
Yeah. Okay. She has a book called I Feel Bad About My Neck. And it's a book about women aging and how, you know, she's trying to do all the lotions, the potions, the creams, these designer handbags she's not really into, but, you know, whatever, she's trying it, and like hair dyes and just menopause and empty nest and all these things that come with getting older. And she's like, the thing that sucks most is I can do nothing about my neck. And her doctor told her that, like, just the aging of the neck is... I don't know, but that was kind of like a little tagline of the book. But, you know, it's basically about aging, and it's quirky and witty and funny, and yeah, it's a cute little read.
So my next book is called Trapped. It's another James Patterson book.
Okay,
like a cinematic
James
audio.
Patterson,
I know. I really found, because so you know I mentioned numerous times that I'm a moody reader. So I'm starting these books and I don't ever finish them until I'm back in the mood, and by that time sometimes I'm like, dang, I don't even remember what happened. So I kind of found that if I find these shorter books, then I don't have to like start and stop all of these books. So I'm really in my like, let's keep it short and sweet bag right now, and it's working out really well.
What time frame do you consider short and sweet?
Like Under 4 hours.
Okay.
3 hours is like perfect.
Okay.
Before I really am like, by the time I get to the end, I'm like, oh, that was enjoyable. As opposed to like 10+ hour book
Got it.
that's taking me forever to get through because, you know, I can't just sit there for 10 hours. It's like
Right.
15 minutes here, 20 minutes there, an hour, you know, there. And then I'm just like tapped out because it's all I've been able to consume because these books are so freaking long.
No, I was curious because
So,
my short, like 4 hours, 4 hours is definitely short. Mine would be around like 8 hours. I'm like, oh, it's only 8 hours. But
that's
that's
a
because
commitment.
the very first audiobook I listened to was The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue.
Okay.
And that was like a 16 or 17 hour book. So for that to be my first,
Yeah.
and I've like dabbled in things that are close to that too. Like Kristen Hannah, all her books are like 13, 14+ hours. So
Yeah.
yeah, when I started getting like 8 hour ones, I was like, okay, this is cool. So I was curious.
That's still a commitment
Yeah.
to me. 3-4 hours seems to be my sweet spot where
Mm.
I can finish it in a reasonable amount of time before I'm like, okay. So, and also the cinematic audio is just a lot of fun to listen to because it really feels like instead of listening to an audiobook, it really feels like I'm listening to a movie. It's
Yeah.
so enjoyable.
I love that for you.
So it's basically these terrorists have taken over the Empire State Building and are holding hostage like thousands of people within the Empire State Building. And there's an FBI negotiator named Theo, and he has been suspended for something. They don't go into like in the beginning a whole lot of detail about it, but with this hostage negotiation situation, everybody finds out that this is a lot more complicated and it hits a lot closer to home than they anticipated in the beginning, and it was really good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That particularly sounds like it would be really interesting.
Yeah.
Like the graphics.
It's so good. It's so much fun because
Huh.
you like when they're like the helicopter, you hear the helicopters, you hear the sirens, they're running up the stairs, like you hear them running up the stairs, they're out of breath, the doors are slamming, like it is a cinematic experience. And
That's
it's a lot of
amazing.
fun.
So that makes me want to get back into it. I tried one and I couldn't get into it.
To me, it's very different from graphic audio, even though I would assume they're under the same umbrella. What I feel like we both tried in the past is a little different than what I have listened to with these two.
That's great. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very nice. All right. So the next book that I read was called Gone Before Goodbye. And this was written by Reese Witherspoon and Harlan Coben. And it's really, really good.
Is it?
It's good. So the synopsis is pretty long. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but just, you know. Maggie McCabe is teetering on the brink. A highly skilled and renowned Army combat surgeon, she has always lived life at the edge where she could make the most impact. And it was all going to plan until it wasn't. Upside down after a devastating series of tragedies leads to her medical license being revoked, Maggie has lost her purpose, but not her nerve or her passion. At her lowest point, she is thrown a lifeline by a former colleague, an elite plastic surgeon whose anonymous clientele demand the best care money can buy, as well as absolute discretion. She basically is transported to this super remote island by this super wealthy guy and is asked to do a surgery. They know that her license has been revoked. They're paying her a lot of money, taking care of her family too. Like the whole thing is everything that solves her financial problems, but so super sketchy. Why would you want to hire me when you know that my license has been revoked? So yeah, it's just good plot twist, very detailed, good character development. The audio is a great listen. And just some really interesting concepts that kind of made me think a little bit like, wow, what if this was really a thing? And is it already a thing? Yeah. So, yeah.
My next book is called Binti by, I have to look at this, Nnedi Okorafor. Most of the books that I've mentioned, even in our last episode, I've just been randomly picking books. No context, no backstory. I'm just jumping in, just open ears. So Binti follows a brilliant young woman who becomes the first person from her traditional Himba community to leave home and attend the galaxy's most prestigious university. So this is like a sci-fi based book.
Okay.
Which I think this is the first time I've really listened to sci-fi. It's not something that I've ever really tried. Like where they're talking about like aliens and things like that.
Okay, I was gonna say I feel like Dark Matter fell into that kind of category.
Yes, but this is like alien
Got it.
type stuff,
Yeah.
like space, different planets,
I
like
also
that kind of stuff.
delved into that
I
yet.
haven't, which
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, well, let's try it and see. So she leaves her small community. She goes to this prestigious university, but then along the way, there's like this unexpected turn that happens and is pretty devastating for her.
Mm-hmm.
She's still on her journey to this university, and she's really struggling with like trying to maintain her culture and who she is, but also entering into a world where she's not like anybody else. And people are looking at her hair and they're looking at her traditional garbs and just really trying to figure out like how she fits into this. But then also she's not trying to acclimate, but she's trying to find her place.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, it's really good. And my understanding, this is the first in what will be a series.
Oh,
so
that's exciting.
The way it left off, I was like, I need to know like what happens now. So I was really intrigued.
That's always nice exciting when those books just fall into your lap when you aren't even looking for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Nice. So another one I read is called The Couple at the Lake House, and it's by James Caine. This is another thriller that was kind of similar to you. Like I was just scrolling through, I had just finished a book, and it's like for fans of Laura Dave or Freida McFadden, check this out. So I did.
I've heard of it.
So I did.
It's supposed to be pretty good.
It is pretty good. So you're invited to the lake house. When newly engaged Sydney is out on a date with her fiance, she runs into an old flame, Cole, and his girlfriend. Initially, Sydney resists when Cole invites them to join his table, but when the couples hit it off, she sets aside her reservations. Soon after, Cole's invitation extends to a stay at their remote lake house. What starts as a picturesque weekend and unravels into a chilling nightmare when misunderstandings turn to paranoia and tensions reach a boiling point. Sydney tries to escape when she realizes the truth. Leaving was never an option. So it's a cool thriller, but can I just say, if I ever go to a restaurant and see an ex out with someone else, there might be a, hey, how are you? There will be no sitting at the table and dining.
No.
I'm like, this is a special type of relationship that I just don't ever see that happening. I don't ever see it being a thing.
No. I'll just be like, hey. If that.
If that.
More than likely, I would
pretend like I don't see you.
Correct. And you'd be like, dang, you didn't see me? No. Who are you? New number, who this?
That was one of those things where I'm like, I'm thinking too literally about this.
Yeah. Just enjoy the book.
Yeah.
It's a book.
Right.
So, I have a couple things on that I'm currently listening to.
Ooh, okay.
So one of them is How It Ends by Rachel Howzell Hall. And it's basically this woman who is in the process of going through a divorce. Mm-hmm. And she is trying to rebuild her life, and she ends up being attacked in her new home. Ooh. So, dun dun dun. And the next one that I'm also listening to is called Nobody Knows You're Here by Bryn Greenwood. And it follows a woman named Beatrice who really is fallen on hard times. And she ends up kind of being kidnapped, basically.
Oh.
And she is just relying on, like, her personal life experience and her wits to navigate this situation and try to figure out, like, how the heck am I going to get out of this situation? And literally nobody knows you're here.
Wow.
So it's very, very interesting.
It sounds like it.
So that's what I'm listening to right now.
All right, cool.
Amongst many other things.
Yeah.
Those are the two main, like, on deck.
So one I'm actively listening to right now is called The 3 Lives of Cate K. And it's a Reese's book club pick. So whenever I see that on the cover, I'm usually like, it's probably going to be a pretty good book. So I'm in the very early stages of it, but from what I can tell, it's this woman who has like different alter egos. She's led these essentially 3 different lives under different names. for different reasons. And the story, as I can very early stages, is told by those three different viewpoints, but also in addition by people who interacted with her in each of those different lives that she led, like their synopsis of how they met or their interaction with her, it sounds like. So it's a little intricate, but
Yeah.
it's very interesting so far. So I'll catch you up on how that goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, besties. Well, let us know what books you recommend and what's on your TBR, and we will see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.